got the whole damn verse spinning around you with open arms. It's a race against time that plunges you deep into the black. What are you gonna do when the void stares back? You'll never stop the revolution. Time to begin your evolution. Take a leap of faith. You gotta break the illusion. You gotta make your own solution. Take a leap of faith. The future's just a void, jump away.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Nino. I use he, him pronouns, as does a Doctor of the Year / Druid, Rakvara, the Avia Ra Druid, who is known for stupendous bedside manners.
Hey, I'm Cazimi. I use she, her pronouns, and today I'm playing Klingswell Nunu Fritz Holdbottom's Thunderstruck, who uses they, them pronouns, space gnome, staying out of the way of Greg Mara and his not so great healing abilities. So. Not me.
Hi everybody, my name is May. I am playing Lasnus Jane Tower, the Star Dwarf Paladin who just got a cool new toy and couldn't wait to use it. We both use she, her pronouns. It went boom and whoosh!
The giant orbital cannon. The final boss move. that should not have been entrusted with you.
This isn't even your final boss.
Yikes.
That was a little overkill. That was the I'm testing this new power I just got on Trash Mob's move.
If I could have found something smaller and inanimate and possibly not even threatening, I would have.
Hey, I'm Mem. I will be playing Narita Galeen, the Nautilid Witch. I had to think about it for a moment. We also cling to corpses sometimes. We swim to the corpses, we cling to the corpses. We speak to the corpses.
As long as you are not a corpse, you are okay.
If you're not a corpse, you are safe. The session is already weird. I love it.
Hi, hello everybody. I am excited to be back. My name is Alyssa, aka Shuriken, Origami Shuriken. My pronouns are she, her. I will be playing the corpses along with everybody else. So, with most games on this channel, we will be using these safety tools such as the X card, the N card, and the O card. So if at any point we stumble into territory that crosses a line for anyone, they can type an X into the Zoom chat. We stop, rewind, add a dash of retcon, and it never happened. And if we're kind of towing that line and it's okay to have the subject in the game, but we don't want a graphic description, that's where the N comes into play. And if you're just getting really into the drama and you're okay to keep pouring it on, you can type in an O, or if you want to check in with your partners at the table and just make sure that you haven't gone too far, you can type an O with a question mark. We'll all respond as needed and go from there. So, with that out of the way, previously on Ghosts of Saltmaw, having located one of the survivors of the attack on the Witchbolt Island Hermitage on Ionaria 8, the party was led to the panic room, where they found a group of women of various races. The survivors included Jackson Stormswake, an insectoid Scathari nomad, Beryl Gamboge, a very ill Nautilid seeker, Marley Tobias, a slightly less ill Star Dwarf spacer, and Zalika Hathor, Avia Ra priestess and childhood acquaintance of Rek'Mara. When the party arrived, Zalika was examining a mysterious metallic puzzle box, which Rek'Mara recognized as containing numerous tiny obelisk fragments. While Rek'Mara began attuning to the item, which he identified as a legendary artifact known as Ayun's Codex, Lasnus and Narita attempted to treat the sick and injured who were suffering from a mysterious illness they believed to have been caused by the poisoned blade of an undead assassin. After doing what they could for the survivors, the party began discussing plans to help fortify the Hermitage and rout the remaining pirates. They discovered in the process that the Codex was not the only legendary item in the vault. Fritz laid claim to a datapad full of information known as the Encyclopedia Multiplanaria, while Lasnus spied upon a hexagonal mithril pendant with a large green gem. On closer inspection, the emerald turned out to be an intricate, hard light construct which housed the consciousness of an extraplanar being called the Nomad, and granted its bearer immense power, including the ability to fly and create weapons and other constructs of solid light. After Lasnus's magical transformation, the party continued their inspection of the grounds and discovered a cache of bodies stored below the waterline on the south side of the island, guarded by 3 tentacled crab-like creatures called Chul. In the ensuing combat, Lasnus conjured her orbital cannon and obliterated 2 of the creatures, while Rek'Mara called lightning from the approaching storm to finish off the third. However, just as they dispatched the Chul and were about to continue their preparations for the undead pirates' return at dusk, a great crashing of waves and churning of water was heard offshore, and a gargantuan vessel began rising from the depths of the stormy sea. And that's where we pick up today.
Don't worry, I have more shots at the ready.
Please unready them for a moment.
Okay.
Well, it's a little ways offshore, so you can certainly try.
Don't you all wish you had expeditious retreat?
Yeah.
Are we retreating? I thought we were going to.
Retreating to the ship, sir. Retreating to the ship.
To the shuttle.
Well, they're just going to deboard and come here. we can just dispatch them and then take all their stuff.
We could
Isn't that what
dispatch
you're-
them from the ship. From
Why?
orbit.
I mean, why the short stack over here has a gigantic cannon now, and
If Short Stack decides to use said gigantic cannon, there will be nothing to retrieve.
I think they want me to use the cannon.
I think they don't.
Oh,
I don't see why we need to go on the ship. I don't see why we need to go to the ship. I mean, we the whole process of preparing this island into a withstand the siege.
All right, let's do it then. Dr.
Fritz is charging their suit and sort of like half readies the grappling hook on the side just in case a not quite expeditious retreat, but rapid retreat might be necessary, but is dual charging all the weaponry on the suit.
All right. So we currently have Fritz and Narita down by the pier with the shuttle, and everybody else is on the south side of the island by the grotto, the Jewel Grotto. So where are you all heading? Also, bear in mind that Rekmara had previously spent some time covering the beach by the pier with plant growth. So if you are retreating on foot, that might slow you down a bit.
not me.
Which direction retreating?
But where's the ship coming from?
The ship is coming from the north side.
Oh, okay, where we are. Okay, great.
Yeah, where Narita and Fritz are.
Perfect.
Not a problem. Bring the ship on.
We'll just take care of it ourselves. Just
Unum can handle it.
Would you like to try to take a closer look at this ship?
sure. How close is close? Like I'm gonna run to the water close.
I imagine Cole has some long range viewing scopes. I don't know about the rest of you.
Probably not.
Okay. Yeah, you can make your way up onto the battlement, even if that means just like dashing through the hermitage to get to the stairs that go up there, or popping around the side. So the ship is well, it's certainly bigger than yours. About probably a good 2 times the size of yours. It's got at least a couple more weapons than Unum has.
Unum can take them.
It sounds like Unum needs to skedaddle.
Well, Unum is currently in orbit.
Oh, sorry, because we just have
you're down here with the shuttle.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Unum's safe. Okay, we're good. We just have a shuttle. We don't have real safety anyway. Okay,
you
great.
left Unum in orbit.
Great.
You can see like there has been damage to the hull of this ship. It definitely looks like it has previously been wrecked, and yet somehow it's flying. Just rising out of the water like the Flying Dutchman.
Neria's just hanging out next to a pile of corpses, staring out into the distance.
It's flying.
It can, apparently, yes. It is powered by ghosts.
Are you? I mean, you could wait and see if it tries to leave the atmosphere and see what happens.
Nerita takes back what she said about the can and just blast that thing. Just blast it. Just blast it.
Okay. Sure. You've probably got a couple of rounds to get yourselves into position wherever you would like to be.
Where is the most open space right now, considering Rekmara deciding that the jungle was the thing?
The most open space, I would say, is probably either inside the courtyard or up on the shuttle pad on the roof.
So
Those aren't great spots.
how tall are the walls outside of Area 2, I guess? So I know the beach to the north I had made into very difficult terrain, and
Yeah.
there's this border wall there. How tall is that wall?
Let me look that up for you real quick.
I mean, it must be tall. There are stairs that go up to it.
Yeah, the outer wall of the courtyard is 15 feet high. The walkway on top is 3 feet wide.
Oh, that's taller than I expected. So, is there a gate there that's protecting that pathway?
No, it's just an archway. If there was a gate at one point, it's gone.
Well, we're going to have to fix that. As I find it.
Oh, thanks, anonymous gifter.
All right. So just to keep track of how much time you have until the ship gets here, we'll say I still have the initiative order from last time, which would be Cole, Rekmara, Fritz, Lasnes, and Narita.
And the corpses.
Well,
So Rekmara is going to use Stone Shape to erect a or block off that section between the
Okay.
walls. And continuing usage of that, he's also going to put up basically a cover barrier so he can stand on the wall without exposing himself to range attacks.
Okay. All right.
Actually, before we go any further, did you guys ask me to put the hard light cannon away?
Narita did, but she took it back.
Okay,
Fritz didn't say anything.
just making sure. I'm gonna let it keep floating a mile above our head.
Yes, please.
It's really beautiful. Yeah, huh? So last one at bodies. Nomad and I can do that. Nomad's nomad. No problem.
Be glad she didn't say V'ger.
All right. So Cole is moving into position on higher ground. Rekmara is going up onto the battlement and barricading the archway in the courtyard wall and taking cover. The wreck of the Infinite tomorrow continues flying toward the island. Fritz.
Yeah. So Fritz is thinking better of the fact that everyone is taking back off to the defensive positions in the actual building. No one's back on the beach or on the pier again. So Fritz is going to grab the grappling hook back out again. And as the shuttle makes a little swoop back down in the area, if Fritz needs to grappling hook to grab on, Fritz will do so. Otherwise, if the shuttle can come down low enough for Fritz to just jump onto the landing gear and hang on to the outside,
Okay.
let me know which I need to roll for. So
All
that I know
right.
how I'm falling on.
Let's have a piloting check to see how close you can get to.
15.
Okay. And then give me a, let's say, dexterity check to get on board.
Ooh, 19.
Okay, excellent. So you are able to swing up into the shuttle, no problem. And
stay hanging on the outside if possible.
Okay, sure.
Because I have my repeater out as a part of my weaponry charged up, and I can cycle that to fire.
Okay.
And the idea will be to pull back with the shuttle. And since Rekmara has very carefully surrounded the beach with nice flammable plant material, I could potentially light that on fire if anything lands on the beach.
Absolutely. All
Okay,
right.
that's
So
the plan.
the back of the shuttle is still hanging open if Narita wants to get on board when we get around to her turn. Lasness, you've got the orbital cannon still up. Is there anything you want to do right now?
No, I'm just waiting to see if any of these things are swarming in the direction that they told me to shoot at.
There's nothing that seems to be coming up out of the water other than the ship, which is currently just flying towards you. So there's no crew has like airdropped out yet.
Mostly I'm just pondering how apt the name is for the boat. I mean, that's a really cool name when you think about it.
Okay.
What do you think, Nomad? I'm asking this in my head for once, not out loud.
Okay. You get the impression that Nomad is not really sure what goes into the thought process behind the naming of vessels and transportation in this particular realm, but it does sound really cool.
That's why I like you, Nomad.
As an aside, I think the entire party should be really thankful that Lasness now has somebody to talk to on a regular basis.
We haven't even gotten into space shoe stargazing music. I mean, that really revolutionized proto-punk. It was just something else.
All right. So Narita, you can jump on board if you want.
Wait, okay, so explain to me what the ship is doing.
The Phantom pirate ship that just came up out of the water is flying very quickly toward the island, toward the beach and pier where you were currently standing by a pile of corpses. Fritz has the shuttle ready to take off nearby and has grappled on outside with various weapons at the ready.
Okay. How far above the water is it?
It's probably a good 40, 50 feet or so.
Okay. So what you're saying is me creating a whirlpool to get it, the whirlpool probably won't reach it and it won't work. That's what you're saying?
Probably not at this point.
Okay. Well, Narita will just hop on the back of that ship like real quick.
Okay, so Narita hops onto the shuttle, and that will bring us back around to round 2 with Cole at the top of the round. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That would be like the observatory with all the computer panels and the defense drone controls and the where they monitored the weather balloons when they used to have those. I believe Fritz was working on those earlier while the rest of you were fighting some Chul. So
They could probably be made ready. Won't take but a minute.
Fritz, would you be so kind as to roll me a d4 and tell me how many drones you got ready?
2.
All right, you got 2 defense drones.
Okay, cool. It's right, then left again. Okay, that should get 2 of them in the air.
Okay, the vanishing point, kind of.
The point at which they will vanish.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Okay. You figure, just eyeballing it, and with your combat experience, that point will be shortly after Rek'Mara takes his next turn. I mean, from here, you can probably see him up on the battlement. Yeah. You at least knew that he went up there, and you can probably see from this side where he's kind of ducked down beneath like the crenellations, and he's pulled up some plant growth and stuff around the entry point there. All right. Rek'Mara, you're up next.
All right. Wait, is this a phantom ship or is it an actual ship?
How would you tell the difference?
By looking at it.
Okay, make a perception check. What do your
Do I have to?
see? No.
I mean, my passive's 19, so I.
Okay, right. I forgot. It's it does have a crew. You can see little specks of people through the window because it's getting really close at this point.
Okay.
But also, like, it does look like what you imagine a ghost ship might look like. but it's got a crew on board.
Are they singing a shanty?
No, not that you can hear anyway.
I mean, like the reason why I'm asking is because I have a spell that I would like to use, but I
Okay.
don't think it's going to work on phantom ships. Whatever, I'm just going to cast it anyway because it's only a level 3.
Okay.
But this is the first time I get to use this, actually. It's a spell called Hold Ship.
I mean,
Whoa.
it's a ship.
I mean, it specifically says it would only hold a spaceship. I'm assuming it was a spaceship.
All right. So tell us how that spell works.
Choose a spaceship you see within range. The target's engineer must make a wisdom saving throw. If there is no creature in that role, the save automatically fails. On a failed save, the target's speed and maneuverability are reduced to 0 for the duration, and any weapons mounted on it cannot be fired. If the target's engineer is at their station and not incapacitated, they can attempt a saving throw at the end of each of their turns, ending on a success.
All right. So you are holding this ship. It is no longer moving.
Could he has timed it so that it would hold like just as it's like about to come over the dock?
Sure.
I want to basically prevent it from flying over our heads and then
Sure.
just dropping
Yeah.
people
Uh-huh.
past all my traps, because that would just not be great.
Sure.
That was really cool, Rakmara.
Can't talk. I have a migraine right now.
You always say that.
I think this might be a great time to shoot it from above.
Well, it's not my turn yet.
All right. So the ship is being held. So it cannot currently move or do anything, really. And that will bring us to Fritz.
All right. So Fritz sees that the ship is stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently nobody's falling out of it yet. Narita has successfully gotten into the shuttle. So I think let's just get Fritz and the shuttle and Narita like back over the complex. Yeah, back to the roof landing spot where the shuttle was landed before. That would have been over. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the image again. That would put us like on top of 8. Is that right? Above 8?
The shuttle pad is like right in the middle, kind of above Area 7.
Oh, above 7. Okay.
Yeah, just
All right.
behind 19.
Okay. Okay, I see where I was on the other map. Yeah, let's go ahead and roll up in there since we know right now what direction things are coming from. Ship is being held from the roof edge here. Is there a clear shot to the vegetation that's still out in front of the wall?
Yeah, I'll say yes.
Okay. Fritz is just going to hang there and keep a shot against the vegetation with the idea of still lighting that on fire if necessary and keeping an ear out if anybody else needs information or thoughts about drones or any other random stuff.
All right. Lasness, it is now your turn.
Before I start shooting, I did want to ask, have they been hailing us on any frequencies?
As a matter of fact, they are.
Is it a shanty?
It is not.
Oh.
It's more like a...
Is it throat singing?
Seargal of the Infinite Tomorrow. Hand over the codex, and we'll let you live.
What codex?
You know what? I don't feel like answering them. I think the best answer is a shot. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot.
Okay.
Any bonus because her target is held?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Okay. 17 and 4. 21.
Both hit.
Okay. Just a second. Just need to pull up the right thing and make sure I'm. It's I just gotta remember what the hit is. It's 20d10. I'm gonna have my interwebs roll for me. 10. Spoogle has spoken, and it says 112.
All right.
Kind of low.
Everyone who is currently has eyes on the ship that Rekmara is holding just before it has flown over the pier. You see Lasness's cannon fire blow a significant hole in the hull of this undead ship.
May I have one bonus action, please?
Do you have a bonus action to spend?
Yes.
Go for it.
Okay. So I'm going to get on my comm, and I'm going to say, you hand over the codex, and we'll let you not live. Click.
And we're like, what?
Just think about it. It'll work.
Someone has not gotten their patch or whatever for witty quips.
Yeah.
I'm just learning from Rekmara, okay? I'm trying.
Oh dear.
None of that was good.
All right. So there is currently no immediate response from the Tomorrow, but that will bring us to Narita.
Him. Narita is just gonna like hop off the shuttle and try to get down into the building thing and out to the wall to be up front with Rekmara being barricaded in.
Sure. So that'll take a round or two, but you can probably just head immediately down and out. So that'll bring us back around to Cole with the defense drones. There is perhaps a hole in the ship now.
That would be the suggestion from Fritz, is direct the drones into the hole in the ship.
Yes. So a defense drone you can find on, I have it on page 214 of the Dark Matter PDF.
Let me bookmark where I'm at.
Oh. There we go.
Oh, perhaps
Yeah.
not.
Yep, try.
I
Is
can
it the page
copy
number or
paste.
the PDF page number?
Both.
There we go.
There we go.
All right.
Yep. Oh.
So it could probably fly through the hole in the ship. Yes, you do. You've got those computer banks. When you fired those up, your drone controls and your screen with your view of where the drone is at and its camera view. Indeed it is. All right. It has an integrated blaster, ranged weapon attack +4 to hit. Sure. Do you want to fire at the ship or do you want to fire at a particular target? Particular part of the ship? Do you want to, okay. Well, it does have engines. They do not appear to be doing anything. You're not sure what exactly is powering this vessel?
But it's not the engines.
Okay. Okay.
Recon.
All right. All right. You can get one of them into the ship, and with your view through its camera lens, you can see that this ship is just crawling with undead. It will probably take you another round to actually get into the bridge. You're currently in just what looks like kind of like crew quarters. Okay. All right. So we will come back to that, and you'll probably get to the bridge next round. And meanwhile, Rick Mara is holding a ship.
I don't think he can cast another spell while he's doing this.
Yeah, no, it's concentration on the hold.
All right. So you're just going to continue holding. And, well, that brings us to the ship's turn. And you see some of those undead begin dropping out of the ship and into the water. And we'll see. Nope. The engineer is not very good at their job. They are still being restrained by Rick Moran's magic, which will bring us to Fritz.
Fritz is actually going to hold fire until something actually hits the vegetation in terms of lighting it on fire. But Fritz is also trying to remember, and I don't have written down what Unum's firepower is.
All right, let me. There you go. Unum stats in the Discord.
Okay.
She has a pulse cannon, +8 to hit, 3d8 mega radiant damage.
What's the difference between regular radiant damage and mega?
It's bigger for like targeting ships as opposed to individual people.
It's mega.
I just wanted to know what the rules were. I mean,
Yeah.
is it
Mega. So yeah. Yeah. Yes. Fritz is just going to sort of yell out over the general comms, "Hey guys, do we want Unum to start coming in, help out? I know that we can't hold this ship in place forever."
Why can't we hold it here forever?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we can, but I just as soon have Unum help. All right.
I mean, I just thought it'd be a great idea if we did, you know?
Hey, Unum. Let me give you some coordinates. Come up behind this guy.
On my
And,
way.
All right.
All right. So the ship begins making its descent, and that'll bring us to Lasness.
If that ship is full of undead, and she's asking this through the comms, if I were to start shooting the undead and breaching the hull, wouldn't that just mean that they'd fall and hit the ground that much faster for us?
Well, I would rather they all fall out in front of the walls rather than, in our courtyard.
That's all you needed to say. I'm gonna shoot it again.
Okay.
Spoogle spate, and what it spoke was 133.
Lasness Chain Tower, how do you want to do this?
So this time I want to really just go all out with this shot, and I want to twirl around once and have wings spread out of my back as I do it. And this time I'm going to take my hand, go fa-chunk, and to mimic the shot. It's going to slice through it all super cool, still anime beam style, straight through. Pause for a moment, and then just start exploding and falling apart into pieces.
All right. So you watch as Lasness's beam of radiant damage slices through this phantom ship, and it begins to explode. It seems perhaps she has struck what remained of its dark matter engine and has caused a critical cascade of failure throughout the ship. And there is a blinding flash as it explodes and begins falling to the waves below. Narita, you're next.
He just casually strolls out, like, oh.
That will take us out of initiative.
For now. Damn thing.
You got out just in time to have a really great view of the fireworks.
So, like, skating on top of the wall, like, oh, okay. He just turns around and goes back. We're good here.
Nice.
Yeah, there's probably a few undead that are going to be coming up and picking their way up the shore. But Fritz is ready with a flamethrower, and for the sake of brevity, we can say you pick those off, no problem. A couple of your spacer survivors can also help to pick those off now that they have recovered a bit. So as we sort of close that scene on you wrapping up that sort of montage, picking off the stragglers, I figure now is probably a good time to go to break.
Sounds good.
That old ship spell was fun.
Narita's like, I'm gonna go help, and like, no, I'm not.
Think of all the brainworms we're gonna fry with it.
Time to go to Chiron.
Wait till you see what else I can do.
Welcome to the break. Today I have Gnome with me to chat about various things. Hey, how's it going?
All right, I don't know which way to look.
I don't know what direction
How you
anything is
doing?
in right now. I have to keep remembering that it's like, if I want to point at someone, I have to go opposite to the way that I'm seeing them on the screen. So it's like, yeah. So I guess I'm to your right, if that helps.
Okay, so you're over here?
I'm
Cool.
over there,
What's
yes. Hey, how's it going? Okay.
up? Love it. Perfect. Nailed it.
Excellent. Good. Nailed it. All right. So you do a lot of different things in the RPG community. You've done podcasting and streaming and also game design and various a lot of different efforts to just help the whole thing interface with humanity. So I'm just curious, how did all this start? How did you get into RPGs and into the whole presenting them to the public?
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, if we're going super far back, which isn't, I guess, really that far back in the grand scheme of things, I started with my school, my junior high, so like 7th or 8th grade, had a historical miniature society, which was basically just a bunch of like old dude teachers who played little, like war miniatures, right? Historical, ones, a lot of like Roman Empire type stuff. And so one of my friends was like, hey, you should come check this out. This is pretty cool. And it was okay. But it wasn't like, I wasn't that into the history, right? So then the following year, my friend was like, yo, how about some like Warhammer Fantasy? I was like, now you're talking my game. All right, let's do this. So I started playing Warhammer Fantasy for a couple of years with them throughout high school, which was just a lot of fun. And I tried D&D for a little bit, but I didn't have the best experiences with it because I probably wasn't playing with the right people, and it was kind of weird back then. And so I kind of stopped. And then come literally like 5 or 6 years ago, maybe, I was just like, yo, I really want to do this. Why am I not doing this? This looks so fun. This looks so cool. Like, why am I not playing Dungeons and Dragons? So I was like, all right, wife, let's go. Let's do this. Let's go rally up some friends. So we found some friends, some of who've played before, some who have never played before. And it was like an old high school friend and like a coworker and his girlfriend. And like, just like the most random people who like, I hadn't really seen in a long time. And I ran the Lost Mine of Phandelver, and it just went from there. It hooked me, hook, line, sinker. Like, I loved it, totally fell in love, and ended up just exploring and like, oh, okay, what else can we do? What else can I play? And kind of at that time I was already starting to stream, not TTRPG stuff. I started as like a variety gamer, a lot of like World of Warcraft and like Minecraft mostly. And so I kind of had started building a humble little gnomish size audience. And I think eventually like somebody showed me Critical Role, and I was like, oh, I think it was probably like episode 40 or something, like from the first season. It was just, yo, okay, that's cool. I already stream. Why don't we do that? So then I started doing like our home table. So I had like 4 cameras set up and like a blue Yeti in the middle with the awful omnidirection. Like, it was terrible production, right? But it was fun. It was great. We had miniatures. I drew maps. I had terrain because like I love that table aspect too. And eventually stuff started picking up, and it was like, this is what I want to do. I love this. So I just started doing it more, and got really lucky that one day Grant Ellis decided to pick me for a charity stream. I think he was doing his like 30-day December holiday non-stop-a-palooza where he just ran 50 billion games nonstop. And so I was part of that, and like that's what kicked off everything to where I'm at now, which is just wild because that was only 3 years ago. And now I play games for, I stream or produce games 4 or 5 times a week. I work for Cobalt Press in capacity. I work for Die Hard Dice. Like, I am fully invested in the tabletop industry and the gaming industry, and I love it. And I'm just so grateful to be here and then to help share that with other people. because I wouldn't be where I was if it hadn't been for somebody who reached out a hand, right, and said, "Hey, you seem all right. Why don't you come try this out?" Okay, cool. So like I try to apply that like with games. I try to at least one new person who I've never played with at a table. You know, I reach out, I watch, I consume so much content to see what other people are doing. Be like, oh, I really love what you're doing. You want to come do something over here? Like, you know, like that's you have to do that. You have to reach out and elevate others. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, and I think that if I remember correctly, and now it's just sort of murky for me at this point, but I think the first Twitch stream I ever appeared on, I think was also on something Grant was doing.
Of course,
because that's how it works. I think.
That's what it is.
And the funny part is, he wasn't even actually in it. He had a point where it's like he wasn't feeling well, and so he had to have a friend kind of take over for him and run the adventure. So it was a thing where it was just, so it was like a strangely displaced thing, but it was awesome. No, that's very cool. That's very cool. I think it's interesting. A lot of folk, something that I hear a lot from. Something that I hear a lot from folks who are just getting into it, and you said you started with like Phandelver, which is something that I have not actually looked at very much, but from what I've heard, a lot of folks are getting into it these days with that. And so I understand it's basically like a gateway drug. Would that be the way to describe it?
It is. Yeah. I have to like. I've read through the majority of like 5th edition campaigns and whatnot, but there is just something very magical about the Lost Mine of Phandelver. It is a quintessential representation of what Dungeons and Dragons actually is and can be. It gives you the very, like, you meet in a tavern, right? There's a dungeon. There's a dragon. There's all of these side quests. There's NPCs. There's bad guys. There's good guys. There's, I don't know what kind of guys these are. Like, it really, I mean, it's smartly written. The adventure can be replayed. Like, the replayability of the adventure is just wild. I've ran it a couple of times now, and I have a current game going on right now with it. And it is completely different every time that I've run it. And I just get so much joy, especially welcoming new players running it, because they come up with the wildest things. Like, oh, no, I didn't think about an entire group deciding to dress themselves up as Maglubiot and go through Cragmaw Cave and trick all of the goblins and literally bypass the cave. They bypass the entire cave.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Like 10 hours of content that they reduced to 2.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's too good.
And you just let it happen, right? Like,
yeah.
You let it go. You let them play the way that they want to play it in the game. It's not railroady in the sense that, like, you have to do this here in order to do this. It encourages you to kind of like mishmash and get ready. Be prepared that your players might not find this character, this NPC interesting. They may have no investment in this particular quest, but maybe they're really interested in this. And it gives you enough options to kind of like play around with. So as a GM, as a first-time GM, it was very easy to understand and very easy to adapt. So I recommend it to everybody. For old players, for new players, it's how I learned 5th edition, because when I first tried to play D&D, it was back in like 3.5. And so it was just an easy way to understand 5e rules, an easy way to understand party composition, how to role play, how to guide stories, and how to adapt.
Yeah.
Like, here's the pieces of the story, because it's not a true complete, like, it is a complete story, but there's so many other little things going on that you can kind of like build this campaign any way you want. So I really enjoy it, and I really recommend it to others.
Very cool. Well, something that I want to make sure that we don't just sort of pass over here, but and that I think I actually want to, I'm probably going to want to talk about more in another of these, but I at least want to touch on here is that you mentioned that it's the importance of uplifting others and getting them into the, not only I guess into the hobby and into into streams being seen. That is like one of the, in my opinion, one of the most important things anyone who is interested in this kind of thing, this kind of activity, I think should be doing. And so I'm wondering, just as things have progressed and you've had the opportunity to do that, do you have if you had to give any advice on how to on ways to reach out to others and get them in, what do you think you would say if you wanted to talk about that, give advice on that?
Well, I mean, first watch and see what's already out there, because sometimes some people are out there, they just haven't been able to reach an audience, right? But if you take the time to go look and to go find the people who maybe they only have like 3 viewers or something, in the stream, like that's okay. They're putting out content and it could be the best content you've ever seen. It just isn't getting the views, right? It's hard to put something in front of an audience. So you go be that audience. Go see what's up. Go see what they're doing. Go listen to their podcast. Go follow them on social media. See how they interact with others. Obviously, like if you're looking for players or something, make sure that their play style is similar to yours as well, because it's hard to get people who I love tactical RPGs, because again, I came from wargaming, so I want the minis, I want my little damn ruler, and I want to okay, I can only move this far, I have to use this other ruler to pivot on this I love that, but it's really hard to showcase that on a stream, and you can't showcase that on a podcast. So be aware of the many different play styles that there are out there. Some people only like Adventurers League, and that's okay. It's not quite for me. I now like improv and narration, so I'm looking more for people who are willing to adapt and to tell a story together versus let's just play through the campaign. And that more so goes for people who are looking to broadcast. Right? So if you're at your home and you're just having fun with friends, or you're at a convention, play however you want. Play whatever's going to be safe and comfortable for you. But as far as networking and reaching out and trying to find other, new players, Roll20 has they're looking for group, which has been a pretty cool feature. I know I've used that in the past. Social media, honestly, I think the Twitter community, is super helpful. There's just so many people, and everybody knows everybody at some point. And I say that, and there's definitely a bunch of people that I don't actually know. But it's the 6 degrees of separation, right?
Yeah.
You might know somebody who I don't know, but they definitely know somebody who I know. One of those
totally.
things. So just follow, just watch, just listen. And you'll eventually find people who you think that you might click well with. And honestly, it doesn't really hurt to just be like, hey, my name is so and so, and I'm looking to put this game together. I've seen what you do. I really enjoy when you did this on this particular show. Would you be interested in coming to do something here? If you do a cold kind of inquiry like that, as far as you want to be clear with your communication, who you are, acknowledge that you actually kind of know the person in some sort of way. It's a little awkward to be like, oh, hey, yep, I saw your name here. Cool. Would you want to do this? Try to be a little more personal with it, to show that you actually care and you understand what it is that they could bring to your table. Let them know the time commitment, let them know if it's paid or unpaid, let them know the game tone, the game itself, our safety tools being used. These are just things that you should just establish right off the bat, and then make sure that you mention that hey, it's okay if you say no. I just wanted to reach out and see if you have the availability, because it's a lot of people are going to say no. A lot of people are going to say no for 100 different reasons, and that's okay. no worries. Maybe you'll do something next time. Maybe the schedules will line up better. But definitely be clear in your communication when you are reaching out to other people who are looking to be players in something, or looking to GM something, or looking to create something.
Absolutely. Well, that is awesome. And thank you so much for coming and talking to us about this. If folks would like to find you online, where should they go?
You can find me mostly on Twitter and Twitch at Nomadic. Those are pretty much the two areas where I hang out all of my life.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, that's good. It's good to be able to find folks there. That's good.
Yes.
Awesome.
Visibility is important.
Visibility is crazy
make yourself available.
Absolutely. All right, folks. Well, we will see you later. Take care.
Indeed. So, between Rekmara's hold ship spell and Lasnus's orbital cannon, you made quick work of that phantom ship there. So, now what? You've picked off the stragglers.
Fritz is going to turn to Narita and say, shall we go scavenge the ship?
Yeah. We can use these pills that I found.
I can use my suit that I built.
You all have life suits, which would probably also work as diving suits, so you may not necessarily need some of that diving equipment that you found.
How dare you? Narita can breathe underwater. How dare?
Narita doesn't need any of it at all.
There we go.
She doesn't even need the aqua suit.
She's gonna go free.
This water is kind of gross right now.
Yeah, she'll swim in it. It'll scrub off. That's right.
All right. So you're going to swim down to explore the wreckage. Okay. Okay.
We're all going?
If you'd like.
It's up to you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, before we go, Lasnus is going to offer to Rekmara lay on hands for his headache.
I'm fine.
No charge. Or insurance required.
It's fine. You try holding a capital ship with a spell without getting a headache.
Next time.
Anyways.
All right. They can. Probably those who are in the best shape to do so are Zalika and bread and butter and the insectoid. What was her name? Jackson. The other two are still kind of recovering from whatever it is that ails them. So you could ask. Uh-huh. Okay.
I have no problem with asking if any of them want to come down, since these are the guys who've been raiding them for however long.
These are our spoils.
We have the main spoils.
Okay, fine.
We've basically taken everything of value from them already. Right?
Well, I don't know. Depends on what's down there. Maybe not.
Lasness privately wonders if anything could ever beat Nomad.
Probably not.
It's got wings.
That's true. We did also blow up 2 of their defense drones, so. Oh, you didn't send them both in? I thought you sent them both in. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, Fritz might have to fix that.
So Zalika sort of looks over at Harona, who, aka Bread and Butter, who is the cat woman, and says, "Do you fancy a swim?" And Harona kind of looks back at her, raises her eyebrows. And Zalika looks back and she says, "I wouldn't mind seeing for myself that it's all done, but I'm not sure how Rec Morale will feel about me tagging along."
Sorry, who are you again?
Cupid's laser beam totally missed the mark with him.
He just left, you know? Anyway, we have more important things to worry about than water under bridges.
Are you proud of yourself for that?
I'm proud
Appropriate.
of you.
Appropriate.
Okay.
I'll let
All right.
myself out.
So, Zolika will suit up and tag along. And you make your way down. You don't have to go down nearly as far underwater as you would have if you had gone out to the coordinates where it originally went down. So this will be much easier. It's a mess down there. Just little bits and pieces. There's some bits floating on the top, but there's a lot that has sunk because spaceships are made of heavy-duty materials. So probably if you wanted, or if they wanted to have a salvage crew come out and like dredge the shoreline to recover the material, you could probably find scrap metal and stuff that's valuable. You can maybe find part of the bridge down there. It really is in lots of scattered pieces. But as you pick your way through the wreckage to what you figure is probably the bridge. Let's see. I know Cole and Lasness have dark vision via their new shiny gadgets. What is everybody else using for light?
Genetics.
Right. Does anybody actually need light?
I believe I have dark vision too.
I think I have something where I can see fine underwater.
Yeah, I would think Nautilus
That
would have.
Yeah.
would make sense. To
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure I can't figure out exactly what it is, but I'm certain that that's
would
something that
make
Nautilus
sense
have.
to me. All right. So Zalika's kind of bringing up the rear since she is just using light cantrip on her suit. So she doesn't interfere with anyone else's range of vision. You would think that being an owl or a bird, you would have it. Yeah, perhaps she doesn't need it. Anyway, she's probably just kind of trailing after because of, interpersonal drama.
Unidirectional interpersonal drama.
Yeah, apparently. So, so those of you who are not Rekmara, would you make a perception check?
I can, but I do have, oh no, wait, never mind. I thought I had something that, never mind.
Rolled a 19 against a passive perception of 16.
Okay. Okay.
12.
$16?
So, Rekmara and Fritz, you probably see it first in the shadowy interior of what remains of the bridge. It's really just a section that has kind of wedged itself into the silt at the bottom. You see these sort of inky black tendrils, not exactly solid. It looks like something that people talk about seeing when they make void jumps without their blast shields down. Like things reaching out of the void, but reaching out of the interior of what's left of this portion of the ship.
That doesn't look good.
And as you kind of look, you realize that rising up out of the center of this tentacled mass is a humanoid torso. Their chest, chiseled features, long hair billowing under the water.
Fritz makes a mental check against known images of Surgal.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah. Over the comms real quickly. Yeah, undead Surgal tentacle void creature. Bad news thing here. Still alive, guys. Bad thing.
Laser sword, belt at his hip.
That whole 9 yards.
Is that so? Okay.
Yeah. Fritz backpedals and lets the druid at it.
Rekmara,
Immediately goes into hiding.
Okay.
Rekmara, because he is so into the idea of fair play and rules of engagement, is just going to point his sun staff at the gentleman and cast a spell.
Okay.
He is going to cast
All right.
wait, where is it?
His control of suspense is amazing.
He's going to cast Maelstrom centered on him.
Okay. All right. Well, he has
are we
also
order
seen you, so we're going to roll for initiative.
Why am I thinking this is a really bad idea? There's a bunch of people nearby.
120 feet radius.
Find out. Yeah.
30 feet
And our dark
radius.
visions are 60. Think about it.
$14.
15.
Eight.
17.
All right. 12. Rick, did you say 15?
Yes.
Fritz was a 17. And Narita, what'd you get?
8.
8. Lasness?
14.
14. Okay, so Fritz is at the top of the round. Oh, wait, I got better roll for Zalika. Zalika's at the top of the round.
Who would have guessed it?
She also has a sun staff. And she is going to He's just going to start off by casting a guiding bolt. But it misses. So Fritz is next.
Fritz is going to hide behind the nearest piece of partial machinery, whatever, and hold action with the intention of pulling something out of their using their action eventually to retrieve a piece of non-magical gear from my belt, depending on what the circumstances require. But I'm holding that action until I see what's needed this round.
Okay, sounds good. Rick Mara, you cast Maelstrom. What does that do?
So it's approximately 5 feet deep, 30 feet radius of water that swirls on point. You see on ground or in water. The area becomes difficult terrain, and beings starting turn in the zone must make a strength save or take 66 bludgeoning damage and be pulled 10 feet towards the center.
Okay. Does it do anything like right away when you cast it, or does that just happen when we get around to his turn?
Well, I'm assuming that, assuming that he's starting in the zone in his turn.
Okay. Most likely he will be since you put it right on him. So the water begins to swirl around this half man, half shadow tentacle monster that is lurking in the wreck of the ship. And then that will bring us to Lasness.
All right. I would like to shoot it with Eldritch Blast, please.
Okay.
It's a component of Nomad, but it doesn't count as a charge.
All right. So that's an
But
attack roll, right?
It is. So let's see.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
19.
That will hit.
So now I have a question about the Eldritch Blast. It's I'm level 10, and it says that you get 2 beams at 5th level. Does that count for me, or does that count for Nomad?
That counts for, we'll say it counts for you.
Okay. All right.
Nomad is probably at least that level, so.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, I assume Nomad's kind of like technically over 9,000.
Yeah, probably.
So I think that means that I get to roll 2d10.
Yes.
Okay. Let me get the right ones. That's the wrong one. That's the right one. 7.
All right.
And I know I know that this isn't a kill shot, but there's definitely feathers involved, hard light feathers fluttering away from my hands as I shoot the Eldritch.
Okay. Cole, you're next. Yeah. Sure. Yep. Yep. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. He is currently surrounded by a maelstrom of swirling water and has just kind of taken a couple blasts of force from Lasnus's shiny new cantrip. He's taken a small amount of damage, but nothing too intense yet. He looks like probably one of the hardier undead you have encountered thus far. Fuck him up, Mr. Hayden. Yep. There's plenty of that. Well,
It's an advantage.
yes, it does. It surpasses your threshold for extra damage. Okay. Okay. Sure. You will. Okay. Also surpasses your damage threshold. Ah. Sure. Okay. There we go. We are on a roll. And that brings us to Sergal Tamaro. And he will going to use his necrotic ink action. So from the tentacles, a foul ink begins to discharge through the water in a 30 feet cone in front of him. So everybody make a Constitution saving throw.
Whoever is in my area has an advantage on saving throws because of my paladinianness. And I'm sorry, it's not a bonus. The creature gains a bonus to the saving throw equal to charisma, and I just have to be conscious for that.
Oh, that's helpful.
No, he is undead.
I got a 5.
All right, the number you need is a 15.
I didn't make it at all. I got a third of the way there and said, that's good enough.
Okay.
Muted.
I just got a 15.
16. I barely made it.
All right. So it's just Lasness.
My God, it's full of tentacles.
You will take 24 points of necrotic damage. Those of you who passed, you only take 12.
All right.
Oof, I'm getting banged up.
Lasness, your vision is obscured by the ink until the end of your next turn, and you're not feeling so well. Tentacles, man, do not like.
Star Scouts, not at all. Never. It's in our manuals. I can't see. Someone aim my arm.
Fritz still has an action and takes this very literally.
Yes.
And Fritz grabs Lasnus's arm and says, "Fire."
Okay. Go for it.
I don't know. What do I need to roll to aim Lasnus's arm? No idea what I'm doing.
Are you like putting a blaster in her hand or something?
Are you holding
you
your
just
shots
aiming-
in that way?
aiming her?
I pulled a blast because I said I was holding my action until I knew what I needed. I have pulled a blaster out of the bag of everything, put it in her hand, and I'm pulling the trigger with her hand.
Okay.
Standard
so-
repeater blaster on radiant damage.
Okay, so make a ranged
Regular-
attack with that blaster.
Oh my gosh, natural 20.
All right.
Somebody obscure my vision more often.
Depends. Let's see. So it's 36 radiant damage. Ooh, and 11 damage.
Okay.
It's a good thing I'm short and you're short, though. It could have been bad if it had been anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although underwater, you can kind of swim up to whatever level you need to be at.
Granted, there is
Or
that.
turn the person completely
Yeah.
upside down.
I can just tilt
Lasmus,
her over.
Vantha, and you can hear her through all of your comms, by the way. Vantha says, there's no up or down in space.
We're not in space, we're in the water.
How are we hearing Vantha exactly?
Your comm unit.
Yeah,
Yep,
no, no, I'm bothered by this.
We get so many people in this conversation now.
Yeah, you've probably all heard her through the comm say, fuck 'em up, Mr. Hayden.
Yeah.
Oh, she did that herself.
Yeah.
It's just a thing that she can do.
Scratch can do. She
You better,
did.
you better check your comms, make sure she hasn't told Lee anything inappropriate, sir.
So Narita, it's your turn.
We'll come back to this when the tentacle monster is gone. So we've already established that lightning bolts work in water. Yep. Okay, great. So Narita is going to use lightning bolt.
Okay.
And it is a dex save.
All right. Well, he rolled a natural 20.
What a jerk. All right.
Plus 1.
Rude. Just rude. All right, well, I guess. Let's see. He'll get half damage.
I
So
believe
that'll be 4, 6, 10, 15. I guess 7.
Okay.
Womp
Well,
womp.
you're slowly picking away at him.
Oh wait. Oh, that's not right. Hang on. Sorry. It's actually 8d6. I only did 6.
Okay.
Let me do 2 more. 7, 11.
11
Woo!
total?
11 total.
Okay. That's a little better. Not as easy as taking something out with an orbital cannon, apparently, but slowly but surely.
I could
And that
resummon it.
bring us back to the top of the round. And Zalika. Those of you who are close by Zalika see her kind of close one eyelid, and a beam of radiance comes out of her right eye, streaking toward the tentacle pirate. And he takes 4 points of radiant damage from the Eye of Ra.
Just an out of character comment. All too often, if I hear the anything of Ra, I immediately think of Mum Ra.
Fritz, you're up next.
All right. Fritz has decided everyone's having a lot of fun taking pot shots at this thing. Fritz will go ahead and take pot shots at this thing since Fritz has 2 pot shot actions this round, and will fire with the repeater twice. Repeatedly, apparently.
It bears repeating.
It bears repeating.
All right. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Yep. And we get a 20 and a 23.
All right. Roll some damage.
Some damage. 10 radiant and 7 radiant.
It's a hard hitting blaster.
Rolled well.
Yeah. All right. Well, so he is starting to look a little rough around the edges now. And that will bring us back to Rekmara. All right. How much damage was he supposed to take from that maelstrom?
20.
Okay. He has taken that. Anything else? It's your turn. What do you want to do now?
Good question. Oh, we're doing this all at range, huh? I guess I should not throw our dwarf into the melee range.
You can't see it.
I want to throw her into the maelstrom. That's between you and her.
You won't see it coming.
So is she blinded? Is that what's going on?
And I'm also, nope, you wouldn't know that.
Till the end of her next turn, which is coming up after yours. She's got ink on her visor.
Oh, is it a physical thing? Not a...
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not a... Oh.
It's from the ink cloud. It's blinded her temporarily. Obscured.
Okay, I think Rekmara is just going to use his sun staff then.
Okay.
He's going to miss. That was an 8.
Okay. Lasness, you're up next.
Okay, I'd like to use Cure Wounds at level 2.
Okay.
So that way that'll be my action that will also get the goop off my visor, but also
Yeah.
allow me to heal up a bit because
Okay.
I'm a hurting. And that's 9 points.
All right.
It's a little better.
All right. So, Lasness, you can finally see what's going on. And there's the tentacle pirate has taken a significant amount of damage at this point. There's still the maelstrom of swirling water around him. And you're still feeling a little green around the gills. Which is funny because you don't have gills. But Narita, you're up next.
Oh, I'm feeling green around the quills because I have feathers.
Indeed.
I'm not sorry.
Never.
We're gonna try this lightning bolt business again.
Okay.
I would like him to cooperate and just take the full brunt of damage this time.
Well, let's see what he has to say about that. Oh, that's a 4.
Thank you, sir.
You may have another.
And then this will be when I roll all ones, and I'll be like, great, perfect, lovely. All right. Well, that's a shit ton of ones. Ugh. What a disaster.
Isn't that our catchphrase? What a disaster.
Oh my gosh. Why can't I do math? 13. 16.
Right. Not bad. He gets a little crispier. And that brings us to Zalika again. Her cantrip misses. So Fritz, you're up.
Fritz is going to hold action just to see what shenanigans other people get into, but is prepared to fire again if needed.
Okay. Rick Mara.
Oh, did this guy suffer his damage yet? I thought he had a turn too.
Oh yeah, we skipped Cole and him. I was looking at the wrong tag. Yeah. Yeah, Jim, chat says you're muted.
No, I can hear him fine.
We can hear you. Okay.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. That was weird. It went out. Yeah, it changed for some reason on OBS.
Weird.
It was interesting. Okay. Yeah, but it looks like the line is moving now, so that probably helps. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. We're back. Okay. I wonder how long that's been happening. I'm going to shoot at this guy. Let's try that. That's actually just a 17. That first shot.
All right, 17 hits.
Okay. I assume that's not within the threshold. I assume
No,
that's just regular.
It is not quite.
All right, cool. I'm going to go ahead and do the regular damage then. So that is 6 damage. And I'm going to go ahead and expend one more risk die to do the same thing I did last time with the covering fire.
Okay.
Which, oh, great. No, so he subtracts 1 from the next thing that he's going to do. Just 1 this time. And now I will do another shot.
Okay.
And this time I got a 26.
26 will hit your damage threshold.
Excellent. So that's another 4, 5, 6, another 8 damage.
Okay. And we'll subtract 20 points for the maelstrom. And he...
Oh, it's 18.
Oh, 18 now? Okay.
Yeah, it rolls every turn.
Sure. All right. Fine. Kill him slower if you insist.
Just being fair.
Okay. And he will... he's going to go ahead and move forward because he can't really get to any of you. And yeah, he doesn't get his ink back. So he's going to move out of the maelstrom and...
Did he pass his strength check?
What's your DC?
17.
He is not going to move out of the maelstrom. So
that means he gets pulled 10 feet back towards the center each time.
Yep.
So
Yep. He flails angrily. Attempting to drag himself forward and utterly failing. He's not acting like a protagonist. So then we've done Narita and Zalika. Fritz is holding an action. Rick Mara. It is actually your turn now.
okay. Wonder if I can do this.
One way to find out.
No, I can't because Maelstrom requires concentration. I was going to cast intensify gravity on top of the Maelstrom just to piss him off even further. But no, we are just going to fire with our sun staff.
I think you can still cast a spell as long as it doesn't require concentration.
No, both require concentration.
Okay.
Sadly.
Okay. Anything else you would like to do instead?
Yeah, we'll just fire our sun staff.
Okay.
And we missed because I rolled an 8 again.
Hmm. You used to be good with that thing.
I know.
And then he started wearing that mismatched outfit, and look what happened.
Never happened.
Maybe you should take off that silly helmet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he heard you because he's wearing the silly helmet.
I think he has selectively muted the channel. Lasness, it's your turn.
I'm gonna grumble about something about sea shanties under my breath and shoot at this thing again with another Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
11?
Miss.
Okay. For sea shanties around, a lot better. And that's it for me.
Okay. Cool.
Wait, did you skip me again?
No, we haven't gotten back around to your turn yet.
Wait, what?
Like I skipped over Cole when I went to your turn last time. So.
Cole was actually ahead of you last time, and she missed him.
Okay.
All right, right. So yeah, they went to you. And okay,
yeah.
I got you. Yeah, okay. I understand now. Okay. Yes. I am.
Well, we know how to play Dungeons and
I know how
Dragons.
to do this.
Not after 3 weeks, we don't.
Oh, dear God. I've forgotten everything. I'm going to fire Bantha at him once again. That probably did nothing. That's going to be a 13.
13
for the
jump
first shot.
misses.
Yeah. And for the second shot, however, I critted because I rolled a 19 on the die.
Excellent.
My crit range is currently 18 to 20.
You are spared Vantha's hazing of "Do you even shoot, bro?"
Like that. So, and the number I got is going to be 29. So,
Okay.
Remind me how crits work. See, we have forgotten how to play.
All
At least I
dice
have.
roll twice and then add your modifier.
All dice roll twice, add modifier. Gotcha. And since this breaks the threshold, I'm going to use 3d6. And so, let's see. So there's no modifier really. It's a gun. It's a gun, but I don't think there's a modifier. No.
Your
6, 7, 8,
your
9.
dexterity.
I add my dexterity to the damage.
Yeah.
Of a.
It's usually how ranged weapon work.
For some reason, I didn't think it was that way with firearms of this particular.
I don't know.
That's interesting. That's a good question.
Maybe not.
I haven't been up until this point. I will check that. But let me give you a number first. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's. I like these numbers. So 9 plus 13 is 24. That would be 24 damage.
Okay. He's looking real battered and bludgeoned and irradiated. He is just barely even holding his own in that maelstrom.
Cool.
And Rekmara, let's roll that damage since he has been unable to escape.
$23.
Okay, so what happens is, Cole, your shot just pushes him further into the depths of this whirlpool, and he dies.
So anticlimactic. He just dies.
I don't think it's anticlimactic. He's just spinning in place.
Spinning. Spinning. He's no longer even trying. He has no more strength. No more whatever was keeping him alive. He no longer has enough physical presence for it to maintain his undead body, and he is now floating like a dead fish.
Totally croaked.
I think we
for
should write a
safety's
shanty
sake, do
about
we-
this. Sorry.
I was going to say, for safety's sake, do we need to like burn what's left of him or anything like that?
I suppose you could if you wanted to, just ceremonially, but he has been killed with mostly radiant damage, so that should probably do the trick.
Can I take
Well,
a
we've got
selfie of
bunch
him
of
first?
vegetation that somebody planted outside of a certain, place that probably needs to be cleared anyway. That we should. Yeah, exactly. So we could probably make double duty on that.
Add it to the pile of corpses that already.
Going to be burning. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I own
Already got a
1,000
mass funeral
corpses.
plan.
Lasna's selfie time.
Very macabre. On the glam post.
I'm doing this for
Hashtag
Talk
Twiddle selfie.
Tick.
Not sure how the terms of service.
Yeah.
But, anyway,
Ugh.
their goal is no more. The tomorrow was not so infinite after all. And as you haul his body up, you can confiscate his laser sword if you wish. And haul his body and place it on the pyre. I think that's probably a good place to wrap our episode.
Who wants the laser sword, if I may ask?
Is there
Sounds like
anything
you do.
special about this one?
Oh, I just heard laser sword. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys.
Well, she was looking up if there's anything special about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
I can look that up and get back to you. But
Okay.
yeah, it's nothing like super magical, not as cool as what you've already found in the Hermitage.
I mostly want it for my cosplay than anything else.
Wow.
That's fair.
Your
Oh my
Sorgal
God.
cosplay.
Nice.
And Fritz has just been dying to light this pyre on fire. So like totally just fire blastering the whole pile of stuff
Okay.
and sending awful smoke plumes. Yes,
Yeah.
the whole 9 yards. Pyromaniac Fritz at work.
Now, obviously, we're going to search the guy before we actually burn him, but
Yes.
that's kind of a
Yeah.
thing. And
Whatever there may be left, but
also, yeah,
that and all the corpses and all the everything else into the fire.
I figure we'll finish doing the little bit of looking around in case there's any
Yeah.
stuff like around in the in the wreckage near him where we will, in case we need
Yeah,
to
we're in the
grab anything.
music swelling end credits, flames and smoke billowing, and then all of the going through the pockets are like the end credits scene. So, right?
It's like, oh, hey, there's the laser sword.
Before we light
Yeah.
him on fire, though, Narita wants to wrap up in some tentacles and take a very dramatic selfie.
I think it's the dramatic selfies that are all that we see these shots of during the end credits.
Yep. Pretty much.
Oh my God.
See, Sorgal selfie is going to be trending.
Hashtag the definite today.
Very turned out tomorrow was much more finite. Than the way you
Yeah, we have our episode title here.
Find out tomorrow.
There we
I was
go.
considering- I don't want to give. I don't want to give away how the fight ends, though. You see, that's.
Oh.
I was thinking about
With
naming it the
everyone
finite
capturing.
tomorrow, but we have to be. Don't want to tell them too much.
That's true. That's true. Gotta have a little mystery.
Just a little mystery.
Nice.
Top tick selfies.
We're on
Very cool.
was it hologram? Hologram.
Hologlam.
Hologram.
Very cool. My God. All right. Well, that I guess brings us to the end of our little episode here. We shall go ahead and once again go around and get people's where they can find you, that kind of deal, and any favorite moments, any other final thoughts you have about the session, and we shall once again do reverse order, starting with our station master Alyssa.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you all once again for playing. It has been a long time coming to get to this epic spaceship battle. We had our first ship combat. You weren't even in your ship. It was much too easy. I never would have predicted that the actual battle with the tentacle pirate king would be the more challenging one. But it was fun. And, there is still the mystery of what happened with Rick Mara when he left home that will probably never be solved at this rate. So I'm looking forward to, I guess, when you run off to Chiron to fight some brainworms next week.
Brainworms.
Nice. Did you have anything you want to plug?
You can find me here on Sundays when we manage to get our brainworms in order.
Yes. So many.
And this is the only thing I have currently going on. We're very close to the final boss, and but I have lots of things percolating for down the road that will remain a mystery until they are revealed in due time, I suppose.
Awesome. Yeah. You have all manner of these side projects and spin-offs from this.
In the
whole thing
meantime,
going.
you can find me on Twitter at Origami Shuriken, and I will, if I have anything to announce, it will be there.
Very cool. Awesome. And we shall now head over to Mem.
Hey. Mem. I always forget what I'm supposed to say. I am mostly just here right now. I think I'm actually going to do a couple of one-shots soon. Yeah, so when those actually are coming to fruition, I'll tell you more and where to find me. I keep saying that I'm going to come back to streaming at some point, maybe. We'll see.
It can happen.
It can happen at some point one day, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But otherwise, great time with you all as per usual. And favorite moment tonight. Honestly, the amount of scrambling that I did to try to figure out what to do to help with the ship, and then I didn't do jack shit. So that was pretty funny to me. I was like, I have to do something powerful and cool. I did not. Thanks, Lastus. That's it.
Yay! Very cool. I keep forgetting to unmute myself for some strange reason. And now we're going to go ahead and head over to May.
Hi, everybody. I'm May. I mostly exist here. I am just so grateful that everyone here is willing to clean up the messes that Lastness and I make. I can't thank you all enough for her using a nuclear bomb for a fly swatter. You guys are wonderful, and you make my Sunday nights.
Yay! Thank you so much. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah.
Yes.
That was last time. And now we'll head over to Cazimi.
Hi all, I'm Cazimi, and I exist here on Sunday evenings and really nowhere else in between. Sort of two moments today. One had to be sort of the visual of the orbital cannon absolutely slicing the ship in half as just a wonderful anime moment in pure Lasness form. It was like 100% Lasness-ness, whatever. And the second was just, again, another sort of visual of weird tentacly creature in the depths underwater in a maelstrom thing, whirlpool, with Lasness. I can't see anything, and Fritz grabbing her arm and aiming it. I mean, it was just like sort of a pure anime moment again, and Lasness is in the middle of it. Just, I love the visuals that those sorts of moments create, and this group is really good at putting all the parts together to make those ridiculous moments, and I love it. Thank you all.
Very cool. Very cool. And over to Anino.
How's it going, everyone? My name's Anino. You can find me on Twitter at Anino Gaming. I casted a lot of spells today, none of which were healing, which I think is very amusing. But yeah, I'm glad that I was finally able to use that hold ship spell that I had prepared since a very long time. So that, and I think it was kind of bullying to take the villain boss and stick him in a whirlpool for the entire fight. But, you know, we don't play fair. So anyway, you can find me this Friday over on the Wandering DM channel at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for Cyberpunk Red. Saturday at 1 p.m. On a, well, to be announced, location to be announced for the next episode of Scion. And then over here again next week for the next episode of Ghosts of Saltmaw. And that's
All right, very cool, very cool. And back to me. I think that my favorite moment probably was definitely the holding of the ship. That was just a very unexpected kind of, oh, okay, maybe we actually have got this. Just that reversal was just so cool. Just the idea, it's like, oh god, they're gonna kill us. Oh no, they're not. So that Rekmara just basically just solved that, helped solve that between that and the cannon and the orbital cannon, the Lasness orbital cannon. Just sort of watching, like, okay, we don't have to worry about that now. That was excellent. But let's see, and various things before I give my own credits. We shall once again bow our heads in thanks to Jade Nebula for providing the art. Once again, I'm Jim Ryan. You can find me at OtherDoc on both Twitch and Twitter. My website is jimyesthatjim.com, where you can find my Geek Observation podcast and links to my various other podcasts, audio dramas, writings, and such. There are links down below to my various media. On this channel on Tuesday evenings, early evenings, I am running a short campaign of Urban Shadows. Lex Talionis, in this case, is the name of the campaign because it is set in present-day Rome. Or we're just sort of doing sort of powered by the apocalypse, urban fantasy, mixing a little bit with Roman mythology. So that's stirring about. On Saturdays, for a little while, I am over on Weave the Tale in the evenings, playing in Fate of Cthulhu. The Return of Carcosa is the name of that campaign. That is being run by Trooper, who's appeared here a couple of times as Oceanus. And it's a lot of fun. The drama's starting to ratchet up quite a bit, and we're only a couple episodes in. And then, of course, here on Sundays, when we're all available, we have Sunday afternoons. We have more of this. I think we might actually be out next week. because of information I just received. But we'll sort of sort that out. That aside, we are eager to do this when we can. Much fun. In the meantime, let's see. When we hit the end card, I'm going to send a raid over to. Let's see. I'm gonna send a raid over to. There's a channel called Level Up TV, where they are playing Kobolds Ate My Baby, which I have never seen anyone stream that game before, and they have kobold puppets, so we must go and look at them. So feel free to join us and say hi to them with us. That'll be again when we hit the end card. In the meantime, folks, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and we will see you all of a sudden. Farewell.